What is going on, y'all? Site Perspectives, giofvcks here, and we're talking about narcissistic parents. So, my mother said something that is true. If you're told something long enough, over and over and over, and other people are telling you the same thing, and that's all you hear, sooner or later that's going to become ingrained into your mind, into your brain, and into your psyche. So when you're growing up and you're dealing with narcissistic households, toxic households, dysfunctional, toxic narcissistic parents, they love to name call and basically belittle their children and anybody around them. But when you're thinking about it from a parent and child relationship, or guardian and child relationship, the belittling, the name calling, I mean, straight up, you ugly this, you crackhead, you big-eyed freak, get your black ass in here, you wench, nigga, get over here, whatever. The bullying, the name calling, the belittling, it starts at home. And narcissistic parents, toxic people, they do this, and it really rips away at a person's self-esteem, at a person's confidence, at a person's self-worth, sense of self-worth. It's very detrimental. And this happens a lot, unfortunately, with narcissistic households, toxic households, okay? My mother was essentially told her entire life by her mother, my grandmother, and my grandfather, her father, that she was ugly, that she was stupid. And again, this is a lot of also colorism that takes place in the Black community that really needs to be addressed and talked about, because my mother is darker than me. She's a darker complected Black woman. She's a dark-skinned Black woman. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, we have a lot of anti-Blackness and colorism that plagues our community. You have a lot of Black people and people of color in general who do not want to be associated with darker skin complected people, other Black folks that are darker than them. There are people who think because they're light skinned and they are lighter skin or closest to white or mixed, what have you, that they are better people, that they are more attractive, that they are more beautiful, that they are smarter, that they are more intelligent, that they are nicer. Like this anti-Blackness and colorism is engraved, and you see it, and it's crazy witnessing, not really understanding it until you get older and you realize the privileges that come with being lighter complected, right? And the differential treatment that people receive based off of their color and their skin tone in the Black community and people of color communities. And then just in the general, it is what it is. White supremacy has done a job on people of color and Black folks. But I just wanted to pinpoint that the colorism that took place in my mother, that she had to endure and go through with her own mother, with her own family members, with her own father, okay, in the Black community, on top of the white supremacy and racism and other issues that she's had to endure. Now, I'm not saying all this to justify how she ended up being with me, but I am saying this to provide a larger picture of the problems and how complex this stuff is. And again, this is just one of many cases. Now, keep in mind, a lot of people watch my videos and they are also sharing their experiences as well. And they talk about what they've gone through, dealing with colorism and narcissistic abuse and toxic parents and toxic families and all of that. So it's just something to think about, It is something to think about. And again, that name calling, you calling your child ugly, you telling your child they stupid, that they're dumb, that they're never going to amount to anything. You're using just derogatory terms and slander and just name calling and belittling. And this is being done to you by your mom, your dad, your granny, your papa, your guardian, your parental figure. The people that are supposed to be providing and protecting and loving and nourishing and supporting you are the very same people that are making fun of you and telling you that you're not going to amount to anything, that you're ugly, that you're stupid, that you're undesirable, that you won't amount to shit. And that's all you're hearing. And how do you think that's going to impact that individual's mind, brain, how they feel about themselves, how they view themselves, how they view each other, how they view others? And then also think about the type of relationships that that person is potentially going to have as they grow and mature and get older. Then you start realizing why so many of us grow up and we end up dating people or associating with people who also treat us shitty like our parents and family members. Again, we tend to go for what we grew up with. Now, let me get this disclaimer because I'm about to end this video. Nobody, for the most part, nobody's sitting around with their hand in the high. Yes, I want somebody to talk shit. Tell me I'm ugly. Tell me I'm stupid. Tell me I'm worthless. Beat my ass. Be financially abusive. Steal money from me. Hoard money from me. Isolate me, be mean to me. Nobody has got their hand up. Yeah, sign me up. That's the mate I want. That's the significant other I want. Nobody does that. However, patterns of behavior, that's what you're comfortable with. That's what you have been around. That's all you know. And if you don't know healthy love and you never had healthy love, well, you might think that abuse is normal and it's okay because that's what you grew up with. More narcissistic parenting and dysfunctional parenting videos are going to be coming, and also talking about my healing and therapy and what I personally have been doing to work through this, and also how I've been forgiving myself, forgiving others with boundaries, and keeping hybrid no contact for a reason. So information on how you can find a therapist is in the description box below. Also information on healthy boundaries. Okay. Healthy coping mechanism, etc. will be in the description box below. And I just want you to know that anybody that's name calling you stupid, disrespecting you, making fun of you, I don't care if that's family, friend, colleague, co-worker, your boo, your bae, your homie, that's not a good person. And that's not the type of person that you want to be around. You deserve respect.